Why do we spend so much time talking about the ark and about the flood and about Noah? Why is that a big deal? People say, well, you should just be preaching about Jesus. Well, I agree that we should be preaching the gospel message of Jesus Christ, and that's the most important thing we can be doing. But a lot of times we also have to clear up those skeptical questions people have. Take a look at this. This is one of the reasons that it matters. These are very common online. Young people are seeing these cartoons that are made by skeptics mocking the idea of the flood, mocking the biblical accounts in Genesis, particularly the flood account. Now, these are just two of the ones that I could show you. The rest of them, there's hundreds of them, are extremely vulgar and vile, so I can't show them in this kind of a setting. And I wouldn't want to anyways in any setting. But they love to mock the idea of the flood. In fact, we had dozens and dozens of protesters who were atheists and agnostics there on opening day, July 7th, 2016. And they were holding up signs, protesting, and some of us went down there and got into some good conversations with them and had an opportunity to witness some of them. And I had the privilege of, at the end of their protest, taking 21 of them on a tour through the Ark on opening day. So for me, opening day became far better than I ever imagined it would be. Because I had an opportunity to answer a lot of their questions. We did a Q&A sessions on the top floor, and then I even got to share the gospel with them as well. And I want you to take a look at their faces here. Notice they're not screaming and yelling at me, and I'm not doing that back. Why? Because we took the time to get to know them and treat them with gentleness and respect, and they listened. I'm not saying anybody fell on their knees and believed at that point. That's not my point here, but at least they listened. And they heard the answers. They heard the gospel. But see, what happens far too often is we tend to think of a lot of these people as being like the really staunch, devout atheists, like Richard Dawkins, the people who are really obnoxious and just hate God. It's better to call them misotheists than atheists. They are haters of God, not necessarily just not believers in God. And they tend to think of all Christians as being like Westboro Baptists, people who hold up the offensive signs at military funerals and everything. And the truth is, it's not like that. We're not like that, and many times they're just more like your neighbor next door. And we need to treat them with gentleness and respect and show them the love of Christ, and then we'll have an opportunity to share the gospel. So opening day was a great experience for me because I got to do that. And in fact, I mean this when I say it, I would do that every day of my life if I could. It was really pretty special.